Hey guys, it's Babypowder and it's Sunday, which means, hey, it's time for another one of our mailbox cleanouts for our 200 run series part 2. Just like we did before, we're going over everything we sold from our 200 runs, our equivalent, but it's going to be a little bit different because sometimes we don't get the 200 runs completed in the week. So it's kind of spaced out and we're not holding anything in the vault. So like, for instance, this week we completed Welding Cavern, so 120 runs worth of loot from there. We also did 100 runs worth of BFD and 100 runs worth of RFD to complete those 200 runs. And we, got 40 runs worth of BFD. Now, small thing with the BFD stuff, I didn't actually mark or add the stuff to my high value bank halts to their groups. When I switched, traded over to my bank halts, so I could actually sell it. I didn't notice until today. Maybe some things from some of the other farms, but it's most likely only from BFD for the majority of it for the high value stuff. As I'd already done like 100 runs of, RFD and Drac there and Keep, and I'd already done at least 80 runs of Welding Caverns and added those things then. So most likely a lot of those items were already in the group, maybe some, but yeah, so our high value sales might be suffering a little bit this week due to those items not being added to the group. Low value was not affected. I did remember to at least do it there, but yeah, unfortunately the high value side, I missed it. I didn't notice till today, but still, hopefully there'll still be some pretty good sales. We've got a lot of stuff added to those groups from previous farms and from when we did the other half before, so we'll just have to take a look. I know this week has been really good for series 1. If you see down here, we actually sold 757,000 gold worth of items from series 1. Big step up from the 84,000 last week. It was really good, and even on my other realms that you guys do not see, that you didn't see in series 1 as well, like my original realms and things, that's where all the 1,000 runs worth of Sunwell loot went. And I mean, those patterns were selling really well this week. I mentioned on stream earlier today that we actually sold 6 patterns, but when I actually was cleaning everything out today, we actually sold 8 patterns this week from Sunwell. So it was really good, and some of those were up over 100,000. Some of them were around the 60 to 70,000 range and on high pop. So a lot of them are valued over 100,000, but still, that's some pretty good sales for the values of those patterns, I believe, on my realms anyway, with what I typically see in the sales. So really good for Sunwell, and we're actually doing Sunwell this week. We'll see some of that loot tomorrow in tomorrow's loot video. I'll actually be trying to record that tonight, but yeah, hopefully we'll see some of those sell this coming week too for our 200 run series. But anyway, back to the 200 run series. Before we get into the review completely, just like to mention, if you do like these videos, make sure you smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also helps out the channel. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are alerted when I come out with the next one, like the loot video tomorrow. But anyway, guys, as far as how our series is going, we're only on week 4. It's been going pretty well. We're actually kind of neck and neck with the series 1, which is kind of funny, because we only added 1 farm each week in series 1, and here we're adding a bunch more. But different times and everything do play a part. Also RNG, I do feel like we were getting a lot luckier with our RNG on series 1 as well in a lot of these farms, but that could turn around. Now, I mean, honestly, RFD though, we did get a lot luckier, as we actually did get a rich purple silk shirt pattern and we didn't get one throughout the whole series 1. I mean, that's what doing Alderman, RFD, any of the farms, we didn't see a single rich purple silk shirt pattern. So hopefully that will help us out. I don't think we sold it this week, but we'll have to take a look and see whether or not we did. But yeah, it's usually a pretty quick seller, so hoping it's going to sell pretty soon, and we'll see a pretty big increase in our sales with that. So anyway, as far as last week, we made 109,622 gold, which I do believe was up from what we made the week before. Yeah, we only made 47,000 the week before. It's kind of right there, neck and neck. We have been for the past 2 weeks above series 1. But our first week was kind of low below Series 1, but that was like, I believe that's because Series 1 actually ended up getting the fire main leggings and got like 3 pairs of them. And we didn't get any here. We finally did this week get 1 pair of the series, fire main leggings, but unfortunately with only 1 pair, it only goes on 1 realm, right? So when we had 3 before, we could put it on both realms and try to sell it on both realms. But anyway, so far we have made 270,884 gold. That puts us 9,729,000 gold away from our goal here of 10 million. So far, how our realms are doing, Thrall is doing the best for us so far at 167,000 versus 102,000, but that could change at any minute. And we are getting better stock as we get more and more farms. Right now, like I mentioned, we are working on Sunwell. We're also working on Blackrock Caverns. Next dungeon is Nomer, and then we also have the Northern Eastern Kingdom and Southern Eastern Kingdom zones coming up, which actually I'll probably jumping right into Nomer. I'll probably try to knock these out throughout the week if I can get these 2 dungeons done first. Of course, if I stream, I'm probably going to try to stream the dungeon more so than the open world farming, but we may get some of that in there as well. And then of course we have islands coming up, 3 weeks of islands in a row. And the reason why we're doing all 3 weeks just like we did before is because there are different items each week. And they rotate, so we want to make sure we hit each week for the islands. So that's the goal right now, and then we get back into RFK and then Dire Mall North again. So it's back to Dire Mall, but this time it's more focused on getting those caches and getting those patterns. So that's why we want to throw that in there. Actually, I am kind of wanting to get back into Ultimate too. I might want to move Scarlet Monastery and Ultimate up a little bit. I don't know. We also got Zul'Farrak, Skyreach. Skyreach can maybe get moved down a little bit. Even though I do really enjoy doing that one. We got Shadow Labs, Karazhan. Actually, maybe we can swap these 2, Karazhan and Shadow Labs, for some Scarlet Monastery and Ultimate. That kind of sounds like a good thing. But anyway, getting off topic here, you guys can comment what you think as far as switching those around. As far as our materials, have actually made us 127,119 gold. Made 19,000 last week, and our transmog alone is 143,000, 90,000 last week. But that does pretty much wrap up the review. Let's go ahead and hop to that first bank haul. It's going to be our low value bank haul for Proudmoore. Then we're going to do the high value bank haul. Then we're going to do the materials / toys and pets. So we do actually have some pets from Welling Caverns. And then we're going to do the same thing and see how Thrall did. All right, so our first bank haul is going to be our low value bank haul for Proudmoore, like I mentioned. Here we go. Let's see what we got. And we got some sales. So we got 16 sales, 9,620 gold. Again, it's below that 1,000 gold per sell average, but hopefully we got some standouts here. Still, these are items that are very close to being vendored a lot of the time, so whatever we can get, if it's above what the vendor will give us, I'm kind of happy about it. But still like to see some decent sales in here too. Let's see here. Steadfast leg plates right at 1,000. We got Stelvin's Reaper here for right at 1,000, and then we've got Steadfast breastplate here for 3,500. So lot better sell, at least on this one, and everything else is kind of under that 1,000 gold range. Again, these rings and things right here, like the Evermon ring, we're just trying to hurry up and get rid of those, so we only post those at about 1,000 anyway at max. So really not bad. If I'm seeing the 950 here, it means with the auction house cut, it was sold right at 1,000. So yeah, these other things though selling pretty low, but it's whatever, we're getting rid of them. Right? Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get that added to our sheet here. Switch our keyboard. Right, and to the right sheet here. Proudmoore, 9,620. All right, and then we'll clean this out and let's hop over to our high value bank tune and see how they did. All right, guys, so now over here on our high value bank tune, let's go ahead and take a look and see how well they did. All right, for Proudmoore high value, we got 6 sales, 56,025 gold. Not bad for week 4, especially with us possibly not posting some items. We may have gotten some sales from BFD from the high value side, maybe some other items. But anyway, not too bad. Of course, we like to see like over 100,000 here, but still, we'll take what we can get. 56,000. Blessed Skull Legs sold for almost 4,000 gold, right below 3,800 here. Saltstone Legs sold for only 17,000. That is one you'd like to see a little bit more, especially how rare the Saltstone Legs are. But hey, it's something, right? Soul Keeper ring, actually I should have been in the low value area anyway, so some of these got mixed in over here. So again, that's only going to sell at about 1,000 gold anyway, so that's not bad. Blade of Misfortune, actually, so Outland blue here, 4,500 for that one. We got that when we were doing ramparts. Let's see, this sarong here for 622 gold. Oh, that's kind of low. Sawstone belt, the belt actually sold for more than the legs. Really good value on that one though, because those aren't really, you know, that high, but maybe 50,000, maybe even lower, maybe right at the value almost there with that one. I mean, what does it sell before the cut? Like right at 30,000. So yeah, not too bad for the belt here, 29,000. Just wish the legs would have been a little bit higher there. But anyway, 56,025. We'll add that to our sheet here. Still, the Sawstone legs nowhere near as bad as ones that I'd bought before. I bought some at like 4,000 and 5,000 way back. It's the only time I've tried to like flip something because I knew I could maybe get more than 4,000 or 5,000 for them. Bought like 3 pairs way a long time ago. But anyway, let's clean that out and we'll go check materials. All right, guys, so we should have some materials in here from like Welling Caverns. Actually, I mean, all the farms really should have some minor herbs and things, but we're going to be hopeful that we actually sold some of those wad auction pieces and maybe some of the pets from Welling Caverns. Let's take a look. We've got 30 sales, 29.65. Doesn't sound like you sold any modules or anything. Maybe just a bunch of little loose materials here. Yeah, that's what all it looks like. Bunch of these things we were getting out of chests and stuff, maybe out BFD, where, you know, other little things you'd pick up. Welding Caverns, of course, we would getting a lot of these. Actually, direct there and keep though, we should have something like Frostweave stuff. It's in there. Yeah, there's cloth and things like that. Not a whole bunch, so. But anyway, 29.65. We'll add that to our sheet. Probably not going to get as much help this time from materials as we got last week, unless we actually sold some of those items on Thrall. But still, good note is Proudmoore is actually well above what they made last week for us. So if Thrall can do anything like they did last week, we're definitely going to make more than we made last week. So you know, things are looking up. Hopefully Thrall did it. All right, guys, so now over here on Thrall, just like we did over on Proudmoore, low value first. Let's take a look. We've got 14 sales, 38,266. Now that's what we like to see. So it's more than, you know, 2,000 per sale average. Of course, it doesn't mean we sold every item at that amount. It's just, you know, with 14 sales, 38,000, it's more than double, you know, the thousands per sale, whatever, you know what I mean. Anyway, Bloodskull hat here sold for 6,000 gold. Really nice there. Tracking bow. Now I think this was one of those overinflated items. That's what I'm thinking here. The tracking bow from Drac there and Keep. I just try to, you know, put it in an inflated group, sell for about 10,000. I did recently make one for 25,000. I may need to shift some of those items over, but still really nice. Sold that one for right at the 10,000 gold. Yeah, exactly. It was in the inflated group. And then we sold a ring here for 950. Again, inflated for the rings. Frosted Steel Mallet, same thing, inflated, 9,500. We sold it right at the 10,000. The Arcanine Dagger here sold for 2,700. That is from when we did Iron Docks. Bunch of rings here as well. Selling all these are around that price here. Then actually a Steadfast Breastplate right under 1,000. Phasing Boots, actually Outlands item, I think, right? Maybe. No, maybe they're a low value blue boot. I can't remember. They're either maybe Outlands or actually they could be from Welling Caverns or something, but they are a low value blue boot. I think 4,500 for those. Not bad there. And then just some really low stuff here. Another ring. But anyway, very nice at 38,266. Let's go ahead and add that to our sheet here. 38,266. All right, and clean this up and check over on high value. All right, guys, again over on high value transmog, but this time it's for Thrall. Let's see how well they did. And we've got 3 sales, only 24,408 gold. They didn't even do as well as Proudmoore. Now they did do a lot better than Proudmoore on the low value side. It's now on the high value side where it really counts. Man, one good thing is I do think this is going to put us above where we were last week. but I don't think it's going to beat what Series 1 did on this week. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look what we got sold here. We got the Barbaric Cloth Vest, only 2,000. Pattern for the blue Lumberjack shirt, 9,700. These things, like I mentioned when we were getting them, they don't sell anywhere near their value, but hey, it is extra value and they do sell. So still might as well just take on the profession if you can and get these patterns while you're doing these farms. It's just something extra along the ride there as you're collecting your Wrath transmog. Ceremonial leather loincloth sold for 12,500. And again, maybe we could have had more if we will have actually marked off some of those items and put them in the group to actually post this week. But I made that rookie mistake. I forgot to mark them on the high value side only for some reason. I don't know why. And I finally did notice it today, luckily enough. And hopefully I won't make that same mistake. That's the one thing about making a mistake like that. I'll probably be more attuned to actually checking it and double checking it this week to make sure the items that get traded over from being farmed this week is actually, you know, being posted. But anyway, we've already added that to our sheet. Let's go ahead and clean this out and check our materials, and then we'll pull the sheet back up. All right, guys, on to our very last bank alt for week 4 for the part 2 series. Let's see how the materials went. And we've got 30 items sold. Only 2687 tells me we probably didn't sell any auction house modules or any of the pets from Welding Caverns. Yeah, we just sold some of those minor things just like we did with, you know, Proudmoore. So, but it does give us a little extra 2687. Let's go and add that to our sheet here. Actually, and that's less than what Proudmoore did for us. We actually had like 2,900. So they actually had a little bit more for us in this area. But, you know, materials do still play a small part in RNG. I mean, they are more, they're usually more around the same amount when you're farming a material or getting a material from somewhere, but there is a little RNG factor as with everything else. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull our sheet back up. And this is how we did for week 4, guys. So we did actually beat last week. I mean, with just transmog alone, we made 128,319 gold. Big ups on the high value side for transmog for Proudmoore and low value side for transmog for Thrall. Low value was kind of slacking with Proudmoore with the low value side and slacking with the high value side. But again, that could have been my rookie mistake with not actually making the items available to be bought for some of the items that we actually farmed up this week. And then we made 5,652 gold with the materials. Our transmog was actually, we made more than the 90,000 we made last week, so that's a plus. But our materials was less by about 15,000, 14,000, give or take. But still, we're not really aiming for the materials. It's just something extra we get along the ride. With that, we actually made 133,971 gold this week, which is above what we made last week. And that's always a plus. As long as you make more than you made the week before, it's always a good thing. But that also means we didn't make as much as we made the first time we did this, which again, I don't know why this thing is off and I have to do this every single time. But anyway, we made 133,971, basically 134,000 versus 148,000 first time around, which means we still have made more gold by this point with the series 1, because we were still like a couple hundred gold above what we had made have made so far in this series versus the first series, which is kind of amazing seeing that they added a lot less loot than we're adding right now. But yeah, it does, you know, matter as far as RNG, and it does matter as far as, you know, who's buying stuff, you know, at the certain times. I mean, it's a whole different year basically. But anyway, still going quite well. We're at 404,855 gold now, which makes us now only 9,595,145 gold away from our goal of 10 million. Hopefully soon, with us adding more variety and more things, especially with the northern and southern eastern kingdom zones, the islands, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully with us adding that in, that will actually help close that gap a little bit more. As far as how our realms are doing, they're kind of neck and neck. Proudmoore actually made a little bit more than Thrall this week, but Thrall is still you know, doing a lot better than Proudmore right now at 233,000 versus 171,000, but it's still early on. Anything, you know, could change any moment, especially when we start seeing a lot bigger sales as we build the stock more and more and get more variety up on the auction house, and we're actually posting all of our items. Again, very good week for Series 1, 757,000 since we've started this series and been tracking what Series 1 is still doing with nothing being added to their loot to be sold. They've made 1.7 million for us now. They've actually had 2 very good weeks. You know, the very first week we did this, they made like 500 some thousand. So that's where, like, I mean, it can be like passive gold with transmog. That's what's really nice about it, is that stuff is still selling, still making us gold, even though we're not farming and adding anything else to their loot pool. But anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap this one up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also helps the channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one, like the loot video tomorrow. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope to see you all in the next video and live sometime on Twitch. Take care, guys.